Hi, so I have a review for you all today, and it's 100% organic, straight from Africa, raw, unrefined shea butter, and I have it in the yellow form. They have an ivory color too, and this is from CleopatraChoice.com. They were kind enough to send me this to try out for you guys. And it's actually more like a clay than it is a butter or whipped form that most people think of when they think of shea butter. This is straight from the nut, and it's unrefined, so that's how they process it, and you kind of feel a little bit of a grainy feel to it, but when you mush it in your hands, it will just melt with your body heat, and it's more like a waxy oil when it melts. It's the only way I could kind of describe how it feels on your skin. Now, I try to use this for my hair and my body. I'm going to start off with telling you how I used it on my body, and then I'll explain how I used it on my hair. Now, for my body, I had really high hopes for this because it was supposed to be really good for treating dark spots, really dry skin, eczema, psoriasis, minor burns, and it's supposed to have vitamin A and E and be able to absorb into your skin well. And I've read this from like so many different places that shea butter is just great for that. So I had really high hopes because I have super dry skin, like my body skin, not my face. My face is a little finicky. I didn't use it on there. But on my body, my skin gets really dry, especially after shaving, so that's what I wanted to use this product for mainly. Now, when I tried to use it, I noticed it felt like it was moisturizing it when I put it on dry skin, but it actually didn't do much of anything. It kind of just sat there. So I realized putting it on dry skin doesn't really work, so what I did is when I would straight come out of the shower, I'd wipe off from the shower and put it on my skin immediately. Slather on a really good amount to see if it would absorb, and after like 2 hours it did absorb some of it. However, a lot of it was still just kind of like sitting on my skin. And the other thing is that since it's yellow, it kind of like stained like my white underwear. So I definitely, if you're going to use it on your body, I suggest getting the ivory color because you don't really want stains on your clothes or your underwear. It's kind of like gross. But yeah, so that was the issue. And on top of that, it just, after 2 hours, it kind of just sits on my skin. I don't know if I put too much, but it just felt like it didn't really absorb. And then when I woke up in the morning, my skin actually felt drier than it felt when I would just use regular lotion. And that's when I had to get online and do some more research and see what the issue was. And what I read is that shea butter is actually not a moisturizer, it's a sealant, because it's more so like an oil where, you know, any water that you have in your skin or your hair or whatever it is, it'll lock it from leaving, and it'll lock any extra stuff from coming in. So that's why I started using it only when I came out of the shower. And yes, it did absorb more, but it wasn't to the extent that I had hoped. And this is where I kind of get into play of like how I used it in my hair, because I had the same issue with my hair, is that I couldn't use it on dry hair at all. It just didn't really help. So I tried using it by itself in the shower on wet hair, and that didn't work. So I actually bought coconut oil to mix together with the shea butter. And I used a mixer, like the one they use for baking cakes. And I did that with like about maybe 1.5 coconut oil to 1 part shea butter, and mixed them together that way, because the first time I did 2 parts, it was too much oil and it came out really greasy, but then I think that was just enough. So when my hair was really, really, really wet in the shower, and I did this last night actually, I add like a little bit throughout all of my hair, and it kind of comes out like defined more and weighed down. So in a way it looks like it's moisturizing it really well, but what it's doing is it's locking in the water that was in the shower to kind of keep that wet look. It does make it take a lot longer to dry when you use it, though, I will say that. And the other thing is that's kind of not really what I was looking for. I wanted it to moisturize it more. And the main thing that I noticed is a lot of people that put up stuff about shea butter call it a moisturizer or a conditioner, but it can't be considered one unless it could be mixed with water. And in order to mix just shea butter and water together, you need an emulsifier, and that's something separate you would have to buy. I really wasn't trying to mix up a whole, you know, store in my kitchen. I kind of thought, I guess, wrong, and thought that you could just use the raw shea butter by itself on skin and hair and that it would work right. But for me and my hair type and skin type, it really just didn't work how I was hoping that it would work. And the other thing is, even though it did help define my curls. It weighed them down a lot and had like this really waxy feel to it. Like, just to get my hair to have any of this volume this morning, I had to like rake through it and everything just to get it like that, but it feels really waxy when I touch my hair. Obviously I can't let you feel that on camera, but I don't like the waxy feel of it. It feels rough when I'm putting my hands through it, like there's just this product buildup, and I don't really care for that in my hair. I like my hair to feel like hair. I touch it a lot, so that's kind of a big deal for me. So this is kind of a little bit disappointing because I thought it was going to be like a really good product staple. I didn't realize it was so much work to use this product, and it's just crazy. But this is something where I think if you're someone who really enjoys buying a lot of different oils and an emulsifier, because you're going to need that if you want to mix it with water and you want to make your own products, this would be great for you. I do recommend getting the ivory color just because it does stain clothes and stuff. Maybe if it was mixed with water, you could also use it as a body butter, as a lotion, or whatever. But this is really for someone who wants to put in a lot of effort and mix up these products, because you can't really use it as a deep conditioner or anything like that unless you can mix it with water and you need an emulsifier for that. But if you have that, then go ahead. It'll probably work for you great. Otherwise, you can just use it as a sealant, and it's just something that I can't really recommend for somebody who's especially on my budget and on my type of hair and skin. It just doesn't, it's not really something I have the time for, if you know what I mean. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I can't really recommend it. And it's not the store or anything, because I've had many great experiences with the store. It's just, I guess, shea butter is really not for me, at least the raw kind. But I hope you guys watch the rest of my reviews and appreciate that I am very honest with my reviews, as you can see, whether it's good or bad. And definitely check out CleopatrasToys.com, because I have other products that I've had great experiences with, especially their Dead Sea Mud Soap. I love that stuff to death. So you should check that out on their website, and check out my other review videos that I have on that, and let me know what you would like to see in the future. If there's any certain products that you'd like me to review, to let you know before you go out and buy them, or anything that you want me to talk about, whether it's hair, makeup, skincare, anything like that. Alright, so I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.